as I said, we'll deal with that stuff later. We want to fight this boss here at the grave of Artorias. They tell you it doesn't exist, but it does. So, I guess they're big liars. Well, when you join the Covenant, they tell you that they're guarding it, so obviously it is real. Otherwise, they wouldn't be guarding it. Now, I have 28,000 souls. I should probably use them on something. I thought there was an item around here. Maybe over here? Maybe I already picked it up. Oh, I guess this is right over here. So the reason we have to come in here is not entirely clear. I suppose to really illustrate why we would need to come here is we would have to do the entire area of the New Londo ruins first. And then come here. I don't know what I'm doing here. I guess I'm using the Crest of Artorias. Yeah. But as you can see, there's weakness leg. There's no boss door here. If we look around here, there's a big old grave in the middle. And a bunch of stuff here. Now, I used up all my spells getting here. So I'm not going to actually activate anything here. But behind the grave there is an item. You actually have to interact with the sword to activate this. So I'll go over and pick up the thing, which is the Hornet Ring. Which I believe is the last of the Night Rings that we needed. Boosts critical attacks, which is like piercing. Well, no, this is like critical attacks are like the backstabs and ripostes. So if you use those a lot, this is kind of a good way to get that. So I'm not going to activate the boss fight. As a matter of fact, I'm just going to homeward bone to that bonfire and then use my souls and then come back here. Yeah, I could level up here. Okay, let's get another point of endurance, I guess. So, as I indicated before, now these guys are no longer hostile to you. I'm not sure if the ghosts are, but these guys just kind of hang out. And if you kill them, you get kicked out of the Covenant. So don't do that. The hat person... Oh, I never showed off what the bow and the hat do. The hat person doesn't respawn. Which is one of the reasons I wanted to kill them before joining the Covenant. So it has a longer range than standard bows, which is harder to use. It requires 18 dexterity. We will actually probably get up to 18 dexterity. Oh, and it has an S rank for dexterity stuff. As I said before, range is a function of... Or damage is a function of range for bows. So you'd really like to have a longer range on anything that you're using. The hat is also related to bows, I believe. But it doesn't really... Yeah, it's just a archer hat. But it doesn't do anything, it just kind of looks funny. Popular among children. I don't know. I guess it's like a Peter Pan hat or some shit. The Eastern helm looks pretty cool. So, let's just go past here. Now, to activate this guy being down in Blighttown, you have to talk to him first. So, if you're going to do that, you can go ahead and do that before you go there. I could have done that already, use those souls for that stuff. But there really isn't any reason to, I suppose, at the moment, because, well, I'd have to come back here anyway, and I don't actually want to have to come back here. So let's head over here, and then I don't know if I kindled that bonfire, but I don't particularly care. Wrath of the Gods is going to be doing some work here. So, let's go ahead and equip our Miracle Ring. And the spells I have equipped now are pretty good for this boss fight. Spoilers, there's a boss. Also, don't fall off that bridge, you die. As you might have guessed from that. So, in the item descriptions for a bunch of Artorias' stuff, they mention the greatsword. So one could assume that this is Artorias' greatsword, right here. Praise the sun. So this is Sif. Sif is actually something that I normally fight much earlier in the game. I'm trying to get back so I can equip my talisman here. And Sif's weakness, as kind of indicated, is getting really close to it. It's hard for it to hit you if you're beneath it. And if we can manage to take advantage of that, we can really get some work done. It likes to dodge around. There's a specific attack I'm waiting for it to do that I'm wanting to, yeah, that combo there. As you can see, it's not that strong. I think the game expects you to fight this much earlier, like when you first even get to this area. So, but there wasn't any reason for me to do so, I suppose. The annoying thing about using this with magic is that, as you can see, it moves around a lot, so it'll often dodge your magical attacks. And it's especially bad with sorceries. But as you can see, not much in the way of difficulty there. I should have done that a lot earlier. It would have been a lot more of an exciting fight. If you take it down to a certain amount of health, it will start limping around and be less dangerous. Which is kind of, you know, breaks the rule that a lot of games do where the boss fight gets harder as it goes along. That one gets easier. So if we're doing that, we get the Covenant of Artorias. And that's what we need to do the New Londo Ruins section of the collecting souls for the for the vessel, because the boss fight there takes place in the abyss, and it doesn't tell you anything about that. You basically just have to guess, and I think people will. Some of the people might tell you. I'm not sure. Maybe the NPC who's there will tell you, but I don't remember. Usually I do this beforehand, and I had the Artorias ring, and I'm like, all right, what am I ever going to use this for? I'll show you what I mean when we get there. So I will meet you back at... Actually, what I want to do, yeah, I will meet you at Blighttown to show you this guy as a merchant. Okay, so here we are at the bottom of Blighttown, and here is Shiva of the East.
Hello again. Strange to meet away from the clan and the forest. But while you are here, how about some equipment? I love collecting these things, but I can only keep so many. And you know, you are a friend. I'll sell them cheap.
We also get a gesture from him. Look skyward, which you can only get if you're part of this covenant, because he doesn't show up here if you're not. Sort of like the Praise the Sun. So, he sells a bunch of different items. The Flamberg is... I don't know if I got one of these. You get it from the Serpent People, the female ones. It's sort of just like a greatsword that causes bleeding. It's more dexterity based. It's not all that great. Oh, I do have one, yeah. He also sells the Eastwood Grain Ring, which is probably the most notable item he has. It's basically for using on crystal weapons or... what are those called? Katanas. Because they have crappy durability. He also sells some of the interesting drop items you can get. Demon machetes, stone great swords, which the giants in Dark Garden, stone knights, whatever they're called, will drop. He also drops the Shotel, which I never really brought up, but the Lautrec uses one of these. I just kind of raffle stomped him, so there's not much, you know, involved with that fight. But yeah, as you can see, it goes around shields. He also sells a bunch of katanas. Well, a couple of them. The Uchi katana, which you can get from the dude at the Undead Burg. If you kill him, you get one. And it's a really good dexterity item, a B scaling on it. So, if you're wanting an early good dexterity item, you get that, and you'd be pretty good. I have another katana that has a different move set, but it's fairly similar. The washing pole is sort of like that too. It's harder to use and has worse scaling. I'm not really sure what the deal is with it, but as you can see, they have very low durabilities. He also sells the Demon's Great Axe and the Demon's Spear, which we can get from the... I guess they're called Batwing Demons, the gargoyle-looking dudes in Anorlando. These items he sells that are unique are the washing pole and the claw. I think you can only get from this guy, so let's buy a claw. And I guess we can buy this. I guess. We'll buy these. And we already have one of everything else except for the ones that are drops from other stuff. I don't want to kill the undead merchant, so might as well get it that way. And I actually have 3 of these things. And, Eastwood Grain Ring, sure, we'll buy this too.
I see. You have a sharp eye for trinkets. Suits me fine. I'll be seeing you.
And as far as I know, he doesn't get any more items or anything during the game. Now, something of note is that he sells those demon great axes and demon machetes. Those are really good for turning into crystal items. And you can just buy a shitload of them from him throughout the course of the game and just upgrade them, because you can't repair crystal items. They just break. So, behind him is his friendo over here. And he's actually the guy we want to come after here. So, let's go ahead and betray our covenant. But we have the power of the gods on our side, and these fellows do not stand much of a chance against us. And we get the Darkwood Grain Ring, which is actually the item I was looking for. We also get the Murakumo and the Iron Round Shield from this guy. I'm not sure if you need these items for the heaviest of the standard shields. It's not any good. I don't know what the deal is. Heaviest of the standard shields. I'm wearing a standard shield right now, and it is heavier. I guess it has. Yeah, I don't get it. It looks cool though. And we also get his Murakumo, which is a big old great sword. Curved great sword. So, now we can't be involved with our covenant anymore. Yep, covenant none. And when we go back there, they'll be all pissed at us. But that's fine. I don't care. So what we might as well do is go back and rejoin the Sunbros. The other covenants, I don't know, some of them are cool. Actually. Could I do that? There's another one that gives you spells. That I didn't do anything with. And I wonder if I can still do that right now. I believe I can. I was going to be going into this area later again. So I might as well wait until then. And while I'm here, we might as well do the oops. The little side areas over here. Since I don't want to have to come back down here, and I don't really have a reason to come back down here aside from ascending my pyromancy hand. So let's go ahead over here. I went the wrong way. Whatever. I think I have enough of these things, so I'm not going to worry about it. I might as well equip the ring, though. No reason not to. So it makes me move slower, but whatever, that's not going to matter here in a minute. Alright. So, as I said, this is an entirely optional area, but there's a lot of cool stuff here. And there's a specific set of spells that I want to have equipped for doing this. And this is a bunch of enemies that you have seen earlier in the game. I don't think there are anything unique here that you can find. You'll either see them here or in other areas. Although some of them are more powerful here. You just saw me get 400 souls here. This is a vertical area. And something of note is that there is a lot of crystal geckos here. So I'll probably be wanting to get a lot of those. So let's attune some new magic here. Well, I definitely want fall control for this area, so that I can jump down to other areas. And let's actually equip our catalyst here. The ivory catalyst is best, and it's actually the lightest catalyst you can use, so that's extra good for me, since I'm kind of at a weight limit, so to speak. And there's a bunch of different paths you can take by jumping down onto different branches and stuff. But not all of them are actually viable paths. You can see one leads over to there, to that crystal gecko. So we're going to want to get over there. I'm trying to remember how to get... I think I just jumped down onto this branch. Yeah, there's another crystal gecko down there. And the way the crystal geckos work is that you can exit the game and reload. And oh, crap! That's the danger of this area. You can exit the area and reload. I guess that's not the way. To get them to respawn. I believe you might be able to rest at a bonfire and they'll also respawn. So, let's... was it here? Or did I jump past it? Oh, maybe he's further down. In any case, I'm not going to be worrying about those guys too much, because they're kind of a pain in the ass to get to, and there's other ways of getting twinkling titanite and stuff like that. So what we want to be looking for here is the items. There's a few items that are just souls or titanite or something like that, but there's a couple of really unique and useful items here that we want to get. Let's take a look around. So here we're back at the beginning. Let's see if we can respawn any of those dudes. Another way you can do get those guys is by equipping a longbow or something like that. I think we used up all our arrows, so I don't know if that's a viable thing to do. But as I say, I'm not worried about it. And one of the things you want to kind of look at is the middle. There's specifically oh, this area, man. This is like the platforming in this game is so well, hit or miss, to, you know, put it bluntly, that this is one of the more dangerous areas of the game, and the branches getting in the way of your camera, it's just kind of a shitty area. I don't like this a whole lot. See, there's a dude over there. You can hear him twinkling. Now, you see that thing there? This is one of those items I was talking about that you kind of want to get. And the way to get this is not entirely clear from where you're standing at the beginning. Let's take a look. How could we get over there? Well, looks like there's a place we could maybe drop down there from the above. Right here. Onto that item. So let's go ahead. Oh, I already have it. Let's go ahead and use a fall control and see if we can get down to it. Now, there's actually like a hole right there. And if you fall down there, even if you have full control, you'll die. So we get this ring. Oh, the Darkwood Grain ring gives you kind of a flip roll, which is better than the roll you have when you are wearing light equipment. But you have to be using the light equipment to get that. Originally, you didn't, so it was like one of the best things. The Chloranthy ring is regenerates stamina, which is really, really good. And this is basically the item I was talking about. Okay, so let's go ahead and drop down here now. There are quite a few enemies in this area, but none that I would worry especially about until we get down. Most of them are in these little side areas like that. I can get over there. Ooh, I almost walked off the edge there because of the stupid view. And you see there's two of those mans there, but look at that. Statues. I wonder what that means. Of course it means that there's curses in the area. And that typically means these guys, the basilisks. Now, one of the best ways of dealing with curse is just to have a shitload of humanity. Because the more humanity you have, the higher defenses you'll have. And in particular, it's one of the best ways to get curse defense, because there's not a lot of armor that has curse defense on it. That a lot of people would be using early on. So for like fighting the ones down in the depths, these ones are slightly different. They're more powerful. And these two places, I believe, are the only places you see them. But I'm not sure if they are supposed to be native to here or the depths. Not really sure about the ecology of the area, so to speak. So for a lot of these items, you have to kind of jump down from higher up, and you just kind of have to guess of whether the jump is safe or not. But for an area like this branch, see, I missed there. I'm close enough to the beginning that I don't really care. And, you know, whatever. It's, oh, actually, I should repair my equipment. Oh, right. I dropped all my stuff. So, for this area, having a bunch of humanity is kind of dangerous. Because you might lose it all when you fall. Now, where do my souls go? Oh, they're right here. Okay, cool. So, if it's too dangerous to do that, you might look for other areas to drop down. And here I have to drop down here to get this one. Oh, crap. This area, man. This area. You can see why I wanted fall control. And the little side areas kind of loop back up in a lot of instances, like that place you can get to from below. That place I was looking at. I think there's also some hidden walls around. I don't remember where they are off the top of my head, though. Once I get all these falling off the edge items, I can stop worrying about that so much. Did you see that? How it kind of pushed me over? And it's not even worth... Well, I guess Titanite chunks are worth it. Oh, crap. I was already over here. Get out of the mist. It's a lot easier to see what they're doing here because it's a brighter area. Ooh. Eye of Death. I don't think there's any reason to be down here aside from getting those items. I'm trying to remember where all the items are that I need to fall down for. I'm fairly certain the areas I'm thinking of that have the secret doors are further along. Yeah, there's one item right there. I have to be up above to get. I think maybe here is a safe place to drop down to get that. Nope. Not safe. Oh, we can see some spoilers that there's some basilisks down here. Now, we're directly above the... I think this is the tree that's growing out of the demon ruins. I'm not sure. We'll kind of see what this is better later. It's at least one of those trees that's like that, if anything else. So... oh, there we go. Yeah, I could have just done that. Herp. So one of the things you want to do is you want to follow a red Titanite chunk. Useful for our fire claymore, if we were ever upgrade that. It's just to follow the branches to the end of their kind of path. I could probably jump down there. I don't remember this area all that well because I avoid it like the plague. It's not as bad as something like Blight Town or something like that. Yeah, it looks like I can get down here. As long as I don't miss the branch. But it's just super annoying. And these guys will often fall off the edge there. So. Oh god, get out of this stuff. As long as you don't come in here with too many souls, you'll be alright. Just don't get too invested in not dying horribly all the time. Okay, so let's continue downward. As I said, most of the items in here are not necessarily of any significance. Oh, not this one. Mostly being pieces of Titanite and stuff like that, as before. There's another item down there, but it looks like we can get there from another area. So let's continue looking around.